Knowledge poverty. What comes to your mind when you hear a word knowledge poverty? Basically, it's you do not have useful knowledge that can transform your life or your community, your people, literally change the status quo. But how does knowledge poverty come about? For example, like in Uganda, we are not privileged with the kind of education system we have. It's just a cram thing, you know. I'm glad they are trying to improve it. Yes, we kudos to that Ministry of Education. Thank you. It could get better. But yeah, we are thankful for what is already in place right now. So our education system is not good enough already. And then, like, because you go to school for 20 years plus, depending on the course you study at the university, you come out, you are raw. Like, you literally have no idea on how to function. You need an apprenticeship to take you through so that you learn to do even what you learned for 5 years or 6 years in your university, including all the lower schools. Because this kind of education we have does not make us knowledgeable. They make us good what? I even don't know. We just told, put this here, put this here, put that there. Not innovative, not creative. But how can we put that to an end? You know, we can blame the system, we can blame what, but what about us? What can we do about it? Yes, our universities are not the best, our school system is not the best, but at least we have some facilities we can learn from. We have libraries, we have books in bookshops, online, on Amazon, wherever you can find a book. When was the last time you read something useful, something tangible? What do you know about the history of your country? For a start, because charity begins at home. You cannot start telling me about what is happening in America and China and good. It is good to know those things. Don't quote me out of caution. I mean, it is good to know. But what about your country? Do you know the history of your people? For example, the Buganda people, the Bunyoro people, Ankole people, Gisu people, Karamajongs, Itesots, Acholis, Bachiga, Bafumbira, to name but a few. Do you know the history of your own people? Because when you do not know the history of your people, you know there is a way of how history repeats itself. Because people repeat the mistakes. Why? They never cared, they never troubled to learn from the past mistakes, to amplify the good things that happened then, to improve. So that's why history keeps repeating itself. Now, after you have learned the history of your own people, learn the history of this country, of your country, from the time things were recorded to date. What do you know in between? That's the only way we can avoid history repeating itself. Or you can be cheated, deceived, misled or misguided, miseducated, because most of our education anyway, it's about miss something. Do care, do trouble to teach yourself. You have this phone, the internet is available. Of course, not to everyone, there's that exception. But you, who does have it, how do you use your phone? How do you use your opportunity to access internet? We can end knowledge poverty. Because when knowledge poverty ends, that's how communities thrive. That's how we build a strong nation. That's how we build strong communities. That's how we solve our problems. The things that trouble us, that's how we solve them. Because we are knowledgeable. I hope this helps.